Well, here we are again, talking about a career criminal who's now profiting from his crime, which is technically illegal. Mm, Pretty sure he's probably been convicted of trespass probably a few times, but I got no respect for somebody who brags about a lifetime of being a liability and just a complete annoyance to a major transporter of the products of our lives. I've seen some of the horrific. I recall there've been many deaths in Bangor from people attempting to jump on the train just for a little ride at the curve there at the Kenduskeg Penobscot intersection. I'm a little sad, really. The people that came to Hobo Shoestring's defense, when you look at their channels, that they've never produced any content, you blow up their photos of the ones that few that use their actual real photos. I mean, it's not good. I've already kind of told you. Yeah, that's what it is. The Starbucks help are already showing up. They get an early start because they got to get off yesterday. I think are having some problem retaining employees. It's actually pretty hard to work at a Starbucks. It's nonstop for a place like this where, oh gosh, they have drive-through. And they're trying to clear those customers about every 16 to 18 seconds. So, Hobo, I'm glad you were able to, because crime does pay. You're proof of it. One of the things I keep trying to figure out though is, you've settled down now. Keep bragging about all your health problems and stuff like that. But see, one of the reasons I keep calling you a fake and a liar, kind of, yeah, you're a liar, dude. It's all these surgeries and stuff and all the injuries. And dude, I saw that video where like you're crawling up onto a nice, clean grain car. And you actually, as I recall, you lift your knee above the level of your hip and with pretty much just, well, and pull yourself up. Then you get into that little hole in the grain cart, twist into it, do some yoga going into it. I haven't been able to do any kind of yoga moves except the corpse posture, if you know what that is, in like 25 years or so. I'm beat up from a life of real adventure. Yours is all just criminal misadventures. Sure. I'll tell you what, though, you've inspired me to maybe get back to riding the silver rail again. Except I'll go Amtrak as usual. But Amtrak is no longer has smoking cars, so that's iffy. And the trip I'm looking at, they don't seem to have too many stops to smoke. Speaking of that, I think I'll have a cigarette. We're only 3 minutes in. Well, no, that's an employee going in. They'll be busy this morning because there'll be a lot of people getting their coffee before they go to church. It's just amazing. It was really sad to look at all those people on there talking shit to me when I can take one look at their channel and tell that because their channel doesn't lead, that that's just either their attack channel, the few that use their actual photos and stuff. One, a particular Mr. Alves, you're an old man dressing like a kid, like a young gangster kid. Got on that oversized baseball cap, shaved head, cancer, HIV, I don't know. This is really kind of sad. Hobo, you attract like the lowest class of people is the people that have actually subscribed to this channel. The majority of them are. I've been getting. I'll say one thing is doing a critique of Hobo brought me a lot of younger viewers, but really all my actual subscribers are like 65 and over, and they're local, and they're stinking rich. Poor people watch you, Hobo. They dream of living your life of freedom, getting out of the trailer park and, going out and see the world and not having to ride the dog, as they say, get on that Greyhound bus, and since they don't have a private motor car because, them 14 DUI convictions is kind of holding up insurance, which is legally required, and they might end up in jail again. Frankly, oh boy, I'm kind of feeling a lot of your viewers are perennial jailbirds like you, losers, and I can't understand how you claiming you've had a couple of years to settle down for these surgeries. Please, like I couldn't tell that actually that the hand accident was pretty recent because I just finished correcting the apparently deliberately botched skin graft on my foot by a doctor who's angry because I kept refusing his anti-clotting drug because I know it'll very likely to make me wake up blind again. So you attract mean people. Hobos tend to be mean. Yeah, one of the hobos I got to know because I got to know him through his one of the few people who would tolerate him and stuff like that is he really spent almost every moment of every day. That's what Arnold told me. It was Arnold the mechanic. Told me is that all the guy thinks about all day long is little boy penis. So you're really kind of a sad case, Hobo. You present yourself as a heroic American figure, riding the rails and enjoying the freedom and the amber waves of grain and stuff. You're not a hero. You're a thief. You're a thief. Theft of service, riding on the rails, trespass on right of way. You're a criminal. No, nothing glorious, romantic about somebody who's led a life of crime, and you've had a couple of years now. There's in most states, many states, they have these people called denturists. You look like you ain't got a tooth in your head, which is perfect. That's what they want. They can go in there and do a couple molds and stuff, top and bottom, and they'll tell you, come back tomorrow or come back later in the day, and they're for $150, $175, they'll make you a set of teeth so that we don't have to look into the black hole of your mouth every time I rode the cyanide train. I wish I could find some humor in all this, but this all just started as a critique of a guy who's got a merchandise deal and is promoting. To me, you're just like them, different than them, the black gangsta thumpa car guys and the pimps and hoes and stuff. Just because you don't use any vulgarity, you do that because then you can probably mark your videos. Yes, it's for kids, get some wider distribution, get some accidental views. And that's maybe the majority of your viewers is people that are like under age 12 or 13. Actually little kids that just like watching the choo-choo trains, you know? and their parents had to subscribe for them. They just push the button, put the device in the kid's hands, and they're fascinated because you make videos that are like an hour and 45 minutes long. They ain't watching that shit. Anyway, I think I've really given you all the attention. It's obvious that most of your followers are drunken, drug-addled, sadomasochistic, uh, sociopathic. Yeah, you're a sad case, bro. You're almost as bad as that weirdo pedophile Kevin Jodry that I attacked. The one thing it does is when you do attack somebody who has a lot of idiotic followers who really don't understand what they're saying or what they're doing or what they're all, can't see that the person's a complete loop-de-loop. It's sometimes I just drop off and leave a comment because I don't want to go any further in that direction. It's causes what we call fragmented speech or rambling. And that's the description of this channel is Ramblings of an Old Man. I analyzed a hobo, and it was his more recent videos. Is what was popping up on my feed. And, the shit that YouTube is picking for me, because this is a new channel, they haven't learned my preferences yet because I don't search much. All I do is just block crap channels, and got a block Hobo now, so he doesn't appear on my feed anymore because y'all drug him to me and stuff. It's you idiots watched, That's all I got to really say, Hobo, is I'm in a very wealthy community. All my subscribers are, to my knowledge, they're stinking rich. Some of the newer subscribers may not be. They're people who may have defected from you to me because I'm obviously far more intelligent. And I'm not out here promoting life and leaving stuff out like you need that. I won't really explain that you need that bucket because you're a tiny man and it's hard to get into a boxcar. You make it sound like it's easy to get into a boxcar, not a grainers or and like the tankers and stuff like those. They always have like ladders on them and shit. Mm-mm. Please, I spend a lot of time watching the trains because you can like see them right there. They come right through in Bangor. It's actually pronounced Bangor. And stuff, it's pretty soon they'll be, hey, I got a merchandising idea for you before I go. You know how I bet you got a hell of a collection of flattened pennies from the railroad. You know how much that really pisses off the railroad people? You just put a penny on the tracks. You got to know where to place it actually on the track. It has to be on the inside, not on the outside of the rail, because that's where contact's being made. Minimize friction. Not sure if you even understand the physics of railroads. And next he'll probably be selling genuine, railroad flattened, train flattened pennies. He buys for a penny, gets some other hobo to get out there and wait for every train and stack about. I'm just giving you a little merchandising idea. I'm Jewish. See, if I was going to go into what you're doing, I would already be a multimillionaire. And if I had your obvious qualifications of being a toothless, scraggly ass, poorly educated Appalachian inbred, calling me a sissy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, Hobo. Hobo Shoestring. Buddy. You know, when I see people like you, I got to wonder if you've been to Maine, because that's where I learned the Mainer trick. Is all them homos up in Maine, and they're all gay, both male and females. They'll get into these fights, these vicious sadomasochistic fights, but they still want to be buddies. That is sadomasochism, because they're both at fault. And they go, hey, let me buy you a drink. And the first one will buy it, the guy who probably started the fight, and got his ass whooped by the other one. And he takes a big lug and stuff and just makes, it's so good. And finally passes it over to the other idiot. And when he goes to, I'm sorry, I have trouble moving my left arm at all. This is when he goes to take a drink, they tap the bottle of the bottom of the bottle and knock out their front teeth. I've seen it thousands of Mainers, young Mainers, that don't even know their own culture, that it's going to happen sooner or later if you keep hanging around alcoholic, trailer park trash, hobo type scum people. Up there, it's all of them really know how to do it, because they either lost their teeth through smoking unfiltered tobacco, or the old slap the bottom of a glass bottle, knock them teeth right out. Personally, from my previous employment, one particular type of it, I don't accept, food prepared for me. It's open. It's a factory seal. I don't accept open drinks. I don't drink in bars where somebody could drop something, because it's. I've had a lot of attempts. You have to be very wary. You know, there's a difference between paranoia and being hypervigilant. The only reason that I'm still alive is I'm hypervigilant. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been awake since 1 o'clock because I got all the sleep I needed by 1 a.m. because I go to bed early, as early as possible, when people are distracted trying to get that groove on in the evenings, particularly what was Saturday night, last night. Shabbos ends at sunset. I decided to go ahead and take a break instead of going to work like the typical Jew. I'm old. Have you noticed, do I look short? It's because I'm in a wheelchair. And you're still walking around and traipsing through the mountains and building camps and jumping on trains and claiming you're all beat up from a life of 2.7 million miles on the rails of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Hobo, there's nothing special about you. There really isn't. You're a hammy actor. I rode cyanide train. I'm telling you, really, that's it. This is actually just a warning. You come on to my channel talking shit to me, because that's what you said. Why are you deleting comments, hiding? Actually, I wasn't. People were kind of just coming and going on there. There was a couple of that I completely hide my. I don't allow them to comment. It's my property. You're not going to come trespassing onto my channel without me putting you in YouTube jail. You got it? Good.